Hey guys, Shauna Sparkles here. It's been a while since I put an actual video up. Hadn't really had anything really to vlog about really. I still don't today, but I thought, well, I needed to let people know that even I have a down day. And well, Friday it was no exception to the rule. I mean, I was fine until I got the news. Now, the news is, I will share it with you because it's part of how it affected me and caused, well, probably not so much caused, but yeah, set off my bipolar on Friday. Now, I've got 5 grandchildren and their mother works. Anyhow, they came and stayed with us. That was fine, not a problem. Don't mind having the kids here. They're great kids. Anyway, the granddaughter, I've got 3 granddaughters. The middle one, I made a point of telling all the children, do not touch my stuff. Now, I was always brought up that when a parent or a relative or anybody, someone older than me at the time, that if they had their stuff, like whether it's ornaments, you know, little knickknacks around the house, you don't touch things. Anyway, so what had happened was I had my SIM card. I'd taken it out of my phone because I ordered another SIM card from another company because the telephone company that I was with, Telstra, was ripping me off. And I got a better deal from Kogan.com. I'll put the link in the description. Might be worth you guys checking it out. For 152, it sounds like a lot of money, and yes, it is a lot of money, but you get a full year of talk and text, and it doesn't cost you anything else unless you go outside of, like, say, international calls. Yes, obviously it's going to cost you, but your talk and text and that, you can ring any mobile house phone or anything like that absolutely free, and you get X amount of data as well. I think it's about 3 gig, maybe a bit more, I'm not sure. But anyway, that was fine. That's more or less going off track a bit. And by the way, Kogan, not sponsored. Anyway, I had said to my grandchildren, please do not touch anything, leave my stuff alone. Well, anyway, the middle granddaughter failed to listen what I had said. Anyway, so I knew my stuff had been touched because it wasn't where I left it or the way I left it. So I goes into the lounge room. I said, who touched this? And I held my hand out and showed them what I was talking about, which was you got your mini sim and then you got the extender to make it a bit bigger, and then you got the bigger one. They'd come in 3 different sizes. That's what I was on about. Anyway, the youngest granddaughter said, I didn't do it, Nan. I said, yeah, I know you didn't do it, darling. I said, I had seen her prior and she was still sitting where she was. So I knew it was the other sister, which was the middle one. Anyway, so I had said to her, how many times have I said to you, do not touch my stuff? Right? I was angry with her, very angry, and I let her know it. So I slapped it, just went like that, on the leg. But the oldest granddaughter, later when I left, because I had to go down the street to get some medication for the housemate, Captain Starkers, and prior to that happening, I had said to their mother, because she come home from work by then, I said, oh, you're probably not going to like me. And she said, oh, why? I said, well, the middle granddaughter got a smack. She said, why? I said, for touching stuff she's not meant to. Oh, okay, don't worry about it. She said, that's fine. She knows not to touch anything. It doesn't concern her, she said. I said, yeah. Anyway, with that, I thought everything was hunky-dory. Anyway, so, as I said, I had to go down to the chemist and wanted to go to Coles, to the supermarket and stuff like that, and come back home. I'd given up the smokes for nearly a full week. So, yeah, I was very anxious, and when the granddaughter had played up, the middle granddaughter, I didn't think about it at the time, but I do now. And I come back and the air was like really thick and you could carve it with a knife. I thought, something's wrong here. All the kids are gone. The mother is gone. Because usually she hangs around until I got back. Anyway, it was fine. I said, so what's going on? I said to Captain Starkers, what's the matter? And he said, well, because I knew the oldest one, I don't know why, but I just had a feeling the oldest granddaughter was going to say something to her mother. Now, when the middle granddaughter got smacked, I had, I'll just say that the paper there is the SIM cards and everything like that, the extender as well. Now I had that in my hand, and because I can't close that finger very well, it looked like I had a fist. But the thing was, she was playing with her phone and she's looking down at her phone. So I grabbed the phone out of her hand and I took it away from her while I was talking to her. That's where the accusation of me punching the middle granddaughter. Now, I never, ever, 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 ever do that. When I was told, I was really upset. I was really angry. I was even at the point of committing suicide, because it's not something I would do. To even have the two housemates doubt me, and to think that I possibly could have punched my granddaughter. Anyway, I stewed after getting hot-headed with both the housemates here, Captain Starkis and Steve. I tried to listen to what Captain Starkis was saying, but he wasn't listening as to what I was trying to explain. So every time he tried to say something, it was coming across as if he didn't believe me or whatever, you know. Anyway, so that night, I just took myself to bed. No tea. I just went to bed. Anyway, I waited, and everyone was in bed asleep, so I come back down to the woman's cave. Anyway, I happened to find some tobacco left over, and yeah, I started smoking again. Stupid thing to do, but anyway, I was just so angry, and it was the only thing that was going to calm me down. Anyway, so the next morning, I wakes up. I said to the housemates, "Yes, I'm smoking." "Hey, buddy!" Damn dog scared the living daylights out of me just then. Anyway, so getting back to what had happened. This is like Saturday now. We had the children again on Saturday. Anyway, I never spoke to them the whole time they were here. I didn't see the need to, or anything like that, so I just, no, leave it. Because I was still quite angry at the fact that the eldest one would accuse me of punching her sister, her middle sister. So, no, we didn't have the kids, that's right. So they turned up a little bit later in the afternoon. Anyhow, just before the mother was due to leave, I said to her, I said, "Look," I said, "you've known me for a long time." I said, "I could not and would not ever, ever, ever punch any of these kids. As angry as I would have gotten, I still wouldn't do it. I couldn't live with myself, and you know that." Anyway, I started tearing up. I just couldn't handle it anymore. So I went outside and I had a smoke. And I said to her, "Look, because of the stress of it all, I've started smoking again." And she went, "Oh." Anyway, so her father continued to explain what I had said to him as to what had happened. She said, "Well, that explains a lot." So yeah, she was quite aware that the eldest one lies, and has done for quite some time, making stories up whether people did something or not. Anyway, she's a troublemaker. She's also, she's getting into trouble at school. She's doing all the wrong things at school. And she's even, over a period of time, stolen $800 from her mother, for goodness sakes. So, I mean, that's not... It just more or less to give you the rundown on what she's like and the type of person that she's turned out to be. Anyway, Captain Starkus had said to me, look, now that everything's out in the open, we won't talk about it again, which is fair enough because it does upset me. And as I said, it played havoc with my depression, my bipolar. I got that bad Friday, Saturday, for the last 2 days. I was contemplating on committing suicide because of having the what's the word? I can't think of the word, but knowing that someone was willing to say something about me and accuse me of doing something that I didn't do was bad enough. And anyway, so I went back into my room. I had a bit of a cry. I went onto YouTube, and the first song that I listened to was The Truth Will Remain the Same by Hazy Days. And I listened to that and a couple of others. I will put his link in the description as well, so you guys can check him out. He's got CDs for sale if anyone's interested. I'll even put that link in as well. I'm hoping he won't mind me doing that. So yeah, a lot of his songs I listen to and I can relate to them. And if I'm in a real deep hole, I listen to those songs and they help a lot. But now I'm starting to cry. Didn't want to do that. Yeah. People say, I don't understand, how can a song help you? Well, unless you've been in a situation where depression is, and you are overcome by depression and you don't see a way out of it. I was told, and it was suggested to me in my therapy, find music that you can relate to. It doesn't have to be punk rock. It doesn't have to be rock and roll. Although, yeah, alright, they might. I'm not saying it don't work. It just didn't for me. But Hazy's voice, the way he tells the story in his songs, is really uplifting and makes you feel it changes everything that you thought in your mind in the beginning. And that's where I can relate to his songs. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, because my channel is about dealing with bipolar and depression, and how I deal with my situation, and that's how I dealt with it. I'm still not happy about the fact that the eldest granddaughter lied about what I did to my granddaughter, the middle one, but I'll get over it. And well, thing is, I've got to be the bigger person not to hold a grudge, because she sees me holding a grudge, she's going to see that as license to come back with something different and probably better, or in her mind better. Won't be better for me, but it'll be better for her in her mind. So yeah, I'm not going to dwell on what happened, but the outcome of it is that Hazy Days as music pulled me out of the hole, and the truth will always remain the same. So with that, I'll bid you peace, and we'll catch you in the next one.